Hey, folks. Bang. 3 at 3 being brought to you live from the TPC Tournament Players Championship. And just so you know exactly where we are, that's where we are. You can see all the stands. People are coming back in because we had a hazard delay, lightning and so forth. But we got other stuff going on. So let's get started with today's 3 at 3. As you know, we try to bring you unusual option activity that we've seen as far as call buying, which we'd say is bullish, put buying, which is bearish, and we're looking for those big chunky buys on the offer. Many of you have reached out and asked about volume. Volume alone means nothing. That could be trading back and forth. It could be a covered right, could be a cash secured put sale, which, by the way, is the same thing as a covered right. If you didn't know that, you need to go to marketrebellion.com/get started. But let's get into today's 3 at 3. There are the 40 some odd folks that are here at TPC. You know, all of you had a chance. And if you moved quick enough, you joined. If you didn't, then you're watching from home. AJ Monty, CMT for Market Rebellion, is up there breaking down charts for the group. And then Pete and I will be going on for the last hour of the trading day today. Oxy just keeps giving, folks. OXY, $55 earlier this week, Monday. Here it is, Thursday, pushing 59. Bang, right now. Gotta like that. These options expire today. So I am out of the trade now, but it's been a heck of a trade. As you can see, the calls were bought for $1.77. Those were the 58s. You know, we were buying the 55 calls and selling higher strikes as we went up, kept rolling, and now we are taking it off and saying bye-bye to Oxy. U.S. consumer prices and inflation, 1983 through 2020, highest in 40 some odd years, folks. February CPI, 7.9%. I just tweeted to one of you who was saying, thank goodness for Joe Manchin. I echo that. There's a crowd behind us. I echo that because Joe Manchin was one of the folks helping hold back. Because if we had spent as madly as Congress was willing to do, because they had a majority, the Democrats did, whichever side you're on, if they would have spent as wildly again and again, and then a third time, well, I think we all know where inflation would be, north of 10%. So we're lucky that it's only 7.9%. I encourage you to check out Crypto Convo. As I told you yesterday, I have a couple ambassadors that are going to be joining the conversation next week. They'll tell us about crypto, what's going on in Ukraine, as well as in Moscow, where one of them is based, and what's going on with crypto, all that tether buying from folks in rubles. What does that mean? Well, I think you know what that means. That's the sanctions kicking in, and those are Russians trying to get money out of Russia. We'll have all that for you. CryptoConvo.com next week with me, your host. All right. First one today, ETRN. That's E like everything, T like Tango, R like Romeo, N like Nancy. Stock 745. They're buying in the money, March 7 calls. 1 week to live. This is the 11th. Notice how I don't say March 11th expiration there. That's because these expire in a week on the 18th. So, buying in the money calls, that's basically a stock surrogate for next week. Bullish call buying. 5,700 is 570,000 share equivalent. Rig Transocean, my buddy Jim made a nice call buying it. Maybe not such a nice call getting out too early. Rig Transocean, I'm not giving you a hard time, Jim. I'm just saying, I bet you wish you had it back. Rig, RIG, just under $5 a share. They're basically buying the 8th of April, 6 calls. So how many weeks into the future is that? Well, 3 weeks, because next week is regular March expiration. And then we've got two more expirations before we get to this one. So 9,500 is 950,000 share equivalent. Big trade, folks. So 6 calls, that's $1 to the upside from where stock's trading. They paid 33 cents. I bet you know why. Great leverage in that trade. Third and final, a uranium ETF that we've talked about continually on marketrebellion.com. That URA trade today was basically with the stock at 26 bucks. They're buying June 30s. So April, May, June, a full quarter out into the future, a quarter and a week, if you want to be really accurate. So a quarter into the future, 3 months, 6,900 June 30 calls. That's 690,000 share equivalent at that June 30 strike. I'm not buying those. I'm buying the 26, and I will sell upside calls as we rally. Why am I so confident that we'll rally? Well, because of energy, folks. You're going to need energy in all its forms because of what's going on in crude oil, natural gas, liquefied natural gas, and distillates. So keep an eye on BTU, Peabody Energy. Take a look at Patterson Energy, all those other energy plays that I've been pounding the table for weeks. And uranium ETF, probably not a bad way to go, given how many people are going to be hungry for exactly the sort of energy that we need. And this means that the instant-on power plants that normally produce that power based on natural gas, it's going to be a lot more expensive for them. Again, making uranium or nuclear plants a lot more in demand. I am John Najarian. I encourage you to check out marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started to learn more about trading stock, options, or cryptocurrencies. All three right on the platform. Distance learning, coaches, mentors, you got the story. Check it out at marketrebellion.com, and I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, in fact, on the halftime report. Bang.